Good morning, student. I am Professor Sarika Panipatil. Today we are going to learn about the non-conventional energy sources. These subjects are having two codes for mechanical engineering. It is denoted as MEF 312, and for metallurgy MTF 408 is the code. But the syllabus is almost same, and I have already uploaded the syllabus for MEF 312 in the Google Classroom, and I will upload the syllabus for MTF 408 also. So in this, the teaching scheme is like we are having the 2 theory lectures and practical is there for 2 hours. In the practical, we are going to complete all the assignments, and for the evaluation scheme, you have to give exam for 20 marks of test, and the final exam will be for 80 marks, and you need to submit the term work which will have 25 marks, and totally this syllabus is 125 marks. And this non-conventional energy source is the alternate for the higher mathematics. So the students who don't want to do the subjects of higher mathematics, they can take these subjects as the optional one. So in today's lecture, we are going to learn the first unit, that is solar energy. First, we will see what is energy. See, energy is nothing but the capacity to do the work, and it is fundamental to the quality of our lives. And nowadays we are totally dependent on abundant and uninterrupted supply of energy for all the living and all the working of our day-to-day life. These energies are classified in the bigger scale like primary and secondary energy, then commercial and non-commercial energy, and renewable and the non-renewable energy sources. So we are going to see what is that renewable and non-renewable energy sources and how they work, what are these energy sources, that we are going to see. So the first we will explain, or we are going to learn about the non-renewable energy sources. See, these are the exhaustible energy sources, and once you are going to use that, it will vanish. So the name is given as non-renewable. So today's most of the energy is available from the non-renewable energy sources. These non-renewable energy sources come out of ground as a liquid, gas, and as a solid also. Right now, see, the petroleum, or which is also called as the crude oil, is only naturally liquid commercial fossil fuel, and the natural gas and the propane are normally the gases, and coal is the one solid that we use as a these are the non-renewable energy materials that we are using. So the coal, petroleum, natural gases and propane, they are all considered as a fossil fuel because they are formed from the burned remains of the plants, animals and their lives. They lived millions of years ago. See, the uranium ore, and it is a solid, and it is found in the mines and converted to the fuel. So uranium is not a fossil fuel. These energy sources are considered as a non-renewable because they cannot be replenished or they cannot be made again in the short period of time. For the formation of these non-renewable energy sources, a long period of time should be passed away. There are different types of these non-renewable energy sources, like the coal is there, then different oils are there, crude oil is there, also natural gases are there. All these are, even the nuclear energy, uranium, all these are the non-renewable energy sources. Now we will see what is the renewable energy sources. So renewable energy sources, these are the sources of energy, means we can renew them. They are not exhaustible like coal or petroleum. These are the clean sources of energy and they are present in all nations in different forms. So these sources, the example for these sources are like the solar energy. Every one of you know about the wind energy. Some hydropowers are there. Then biomass energy source is there. Even hydrogen is there, which can be used for as a renewable source of energy. Then geothermal energy, ocean energy. All these are the examples of these renewable energy sources. These renewable energy sources are having some advantages. So that we will see, and then we will come to know how these renewable energy sources are you should use more comparative to the non-energy sources. One major advantage with the help of renewable energy source is that it is a renewable, it is therefore suitable, and so will never run out. It will never end up. Renewable energy facilitates the generally requires less maintenance than the traditional generators. Their fuel being derived from natural and available resources reduces the cost of operation. Even more importantly, the renewable energy produces little or no waste to the products such as carbon dioxide or other chemical pollutant, so has minimal impact on the environment. Renewable energy projects can also bring economic benefits to many regional areas, as most of the projects are located away from large urban centers and the suburbs of the capital cities. These economic benefits may be from the increase as a local services as well as the tourism. There are some advantages also of these renewable energy sources. See, it is easy to recognize the environmental advantage of utilizing the alternative and the renewable forms of energy, but we must also be aware of the disadvantages. So what are these disadvantages? One disadvantage with the renewable energy is that it is difficult to generate the quantities of electricity that are as large as those produced by the traditional fossil fuel generators. This may mean that we need to reduce the amount of energy we use or simply build more energy facilities. It also indicates that the best solution to our energy problems may be to have a balance of many different power sources. Another disadvantage of renewable energy sources is the reliability of supply. Renewable energy often relies on the weather for its source of power. Hydro generators need rain to fill the dams and to supply the flowing water. Wind turbines need wind to turn the blades, and solar collectors needs clear sky and sunshine to collect the heat and make the electricity. When these resources are unavailable, so it is the capacity to make energy from them. This can be unpredictable and inconsistent. The current cost of renewable energy technology is also far in excess of traditional fossil fuel generation, and this is because it is a new technology and as such has extremely large capital cost also. So these are some of the advantages and disadvantages of the renewable energy sources. Now there is also one topic which is given in this syllabus, like need of the alternate energy sources. Why these alternate energy sources are required, that we are going to see, or we can say that it is the prospectus of the energy sources. See, first we will see the need. There is a need of alternate energy sources because of the reasons, such as the first problem is that the fossil fuels are depleting in a rapid rate and are harder to retrieve. The consequence is that we can be facing an energy crisis in the future if we are not careful today. The energy prices will skyrocket and not be available for many individuals or countries. To avoid this doom scenario, we need to find alternative and use them to their full potential. Luckily, this is readily happening. Already it is happening. The second problem is that the fossil fuels that are widely used today are harmful for the environment. In the early 70s and 80s, there were people and even scientists who preach otherwise, but today the negative effects are slowing. The earth is warming up and the climates are changing. There are parts in the world where there is more rain and sunshine, and other parts will become drier than they already are. Another negative effect is that the ozone layer is getting thinner, which also leads to the warming up of the earth. These two effects complement each other and make it even more crucial to make one another in different step and in different direction. This step will lead to us to use the renewable energy. Another problem lies in the development of the small economies. Because the energy prices of crude oil are going through the roof, these countries suffering even more. Many of these countries need crude oil for their electricity and means of transportation. These high oil prices have their effect on almost everything. The monthly electricity cost for household increases, among others, like transport costs and prices for basic products. Hence, these high oil prices make it harder for these small countries to grow their economies. So, because of all these reasons, there is a need of alternative energy sources. Now, the prospectus of alternate energy sources are: in 2006, about 18% of global final energy consumptions come into renewable, with 13% coming from traditional biomass such as the wood burning. Hydropower has the next largest renewable sources, providing 3%, followed by hot water heating, which contributes 1.3%, and modern technologies such as geothermal, wind, solar, and ocean energy. Together, they provide 0.8 of the final energy consumption. The technical potential for their use is very large, exceeding all other readily available sources. India is blessed with a variety of renewable energy sources, the main ones being biomass, biogas, the sun, wind, and the small hydropowers. Even the large hydropower is also renewable in nature, but has been utilized all over the world for many decades and is generally not included in terms of a new and renewable sources of energy. Municipal and industrial wastage can also be used as a source of energy, but are basically different forms of biomass. The Ministry of Non-Conventional Energy Sources has been implementing comprehensive programs for the development and utilization of the renewable energy sources in the country. India is implementing one of the world's largest programs in renewable energy. Renewable energy sources already contributing to 5% of total power generating electricity capacity in the country. So this is all about the need of alternating energy sources and the prospectus of alternate energy sources. Thank you.